What's up, guys? I'm doing a quick bolt maintenance video on proto rail, 2010 rail. So here's the gun right here, and just give me 1 second. Now you can use whatever lube you really want. You can use anywhere from sleep lube, which is like I think it's like down 55. Not sure, I don't remember. Or you can use anything, or hater sauce, or whatever you want, whatever your favorite lube is. I'm just going to use the regular lube that it comes with, just because it's the only lube I have besides that, and that's for another gun I have. So we'll take out our Allen keys, you never know, our O-ring set, just in case an O-ring breaks while during the process. So let's bring the camera down a little bit. Alright, so first thing you want to do, you want to get the biggest Allen key out of your set, which is this one. I'm not quite sure what size this is. Oh, it's a 1/4 inch. So you want to take this one, stick it in the back, and you want to do about full rotation. And that's about it. So you want to get it, turn it, pull it out. There we go. So then you want to just pull this out. So it's already out like that. So here's the bolt right here. So we're gonna take it apart now. So I'll take the gun, put it to the side. Allen keys over here, and we got a cloth. You need a cloth for this because you need to wipe off the old piece. What you want to do is there's a little bind right here. You want to unscrew it, just like this. It's gonna pull out, and there's the tail. That's the part that moves. This is like the engine, or yeah. So then you want to see that front O-ring, the blue one up there. You want to take that O-ring off. If you don't, and if you want, you could just use an O-ring pick, but sometimes you can strike the O-ring and it will break it. So I just recommend just pulling it off with your nail. So you just pull it off, just like that. There's where you see all your O-rings. Now that yellow O-ring right there, for some reason gets nicked up a lot. I don't know, I'm not sure why, but whenever I put it in, sometimes it gets nicked. So it only comes with one extra, which sucks because the yellow O-ring tends to break a lot. Alright, so first part we're going to do is we're going to start on this. This is the tail. This is the actual part that actually hits the bolt. So what I usually do, I just take my cloth, I wipe the whole bolt down first, just so I can grip the bolt, so it's easy for me to do. You know? So just take the cloth, take all the lube off. There, like that. Now, you want to take your sleek lube, or your sleek lube, or your hater sauce, or whatever. We'll get a little bit on your finger, and I already punctured this. It's brand new tube. Okay. I'll take a little bit on your finger. You can see that. Just get it on the front O-rings first, and just rub it. Just get it all on there. You want to get all those O-rings done. And if you watch Mike from Tech BB, if you ever watch any of his dye videos, he tells you how they get the colored O-ring, which I thought was kind of interesting and funny, that they actually have a guy sit in the back room with a Sharpie and color them. So get some more lube. Now, it's kind of got a lot here, so just put a little bit on the other things. There. So we got a little bit here. We get this one right here. So now so that blue one you don't need exactly that much for it, just it's very small. And because this is a spool valve gun, so you just really want to lube all these O-rings up. Because it's a spool valve gun, they love grease. So you really can't put too much on. You want to get it all over the chambers. And then, right. So we're going to do this front thing. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but yeah. So now you want to take a cloth, you want to rub all that grease off, or lube. Then there's an O-ring here, so you take your thing, go like this. So it's all clean. Another good idea is to take a barrel swab and just stick it in there since it's about the same width. So you want to get all in there. It's all gone. You're going to take some lube and just lube this O-ring, these O-rings. Just put a little bit on each. And just rub them completely around. I've noticed that with this gun, if you put too much lube on, sometimes it has a lot of kick. I'm not exactly sure why. Like if I wipe some of the lube off, the kick reduces. I don't know why that's with mine, but yeah. I don't know if that's something wrong, so if anyone wants to tell me. Then you want to take it and rub it in there, just like that, just to get it all lubed up and nice. Now you can start putting our bolt back together. So now we're going to take this part, slide it back in. We're going to put our front O-ring on after a little bit cleaning, because it looks like there's some paint in there. Then we want to put our front O-ring on again, take some lube, and I put it like that, and why? A little labs. Because you also want to get this metal part, because this is what this thing rubs on. So let me just get that all around, nice. Put a little bit more on. You know, I go through about every time I play, I lube it because the better it shoots, and I like when this gun shoots smoother when it has what doesn't have when it has a lot of lube on it, but it does have that stupid kick. Not exactly sure why, but it does. So we're done with this part, so put this part to the side. Now we take a cloth and wipe off this. Just want to get that, getting the threads. You don't want, you gotta be careful when you get in the threads. See if you take your finger through the threads, your nail, just try and get all that crud out of there. Sometimes if you have crap in your threads, your gun leaks. It sounds kind of stupid, but it's true. Alright, so now we're gonna put a little bit here. Do this one here, so only want a little bit on this one. This one you don't need a lot on. You're gonna put a little bit here. Now, a lot of people say you shouldn't do this one, but I always put very, very little on it. It does help. It makes it putting it in smoother. So, yeah. Alright, so we'll just put that down like that. Alright, so then we got all that lube on there. We just gonna slide it all around. The more lube, the better. On certain parts. On this front part, it doesn't do well. This part, these O-rings with a lot of grease, make it good. Alright, so now we got all our grease on there. We're gonna take your cloth and wipe your hands because you have a bunch of grease on your hands, I guarantee it. Let's inspect the O-rings, just to make sure no dings, make sure the bolt's in good shape. Make sure this is not stiff, very smooth. Mine's kind of stiff, so I gotta put a little bit more on. There we go. So, just like that. Now what you want to do is make sure your breech is clean, which it looks pretty good. Okay, so now what we're going to do, take these two pullets, put them together. Now they might get stuck, but put a little effort into it, and then you're going to screw this back together. Now, what a good thing to do is pull this out, like that, because when you leave it in, it doesn't lube the sides of the breech. So pull this guy out, and if you look right here, there's a little knob, and in here, on the bottom, there's an index, the gun. So, what you gotta do, you gotta take the bolt, slide it in, slide it in, and make sure you're lined up perfectly, because perfect the better. Alright, so now you want to just slide it in carefully. Now pull back out. Make sure your O-rings, the yellow O-rings, okay. And then push in. And then that's pretty much it like that. Now what you want to do now is take your Allen key and close it up. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a battery in this because I'm out of batteries. But because if you look in here in the breech, well, yeah, if you look in the breech, I don't know if you guys can see that. That silver thing, that's my bolt. It's pulled forward. So as soon as you pressure it up and turn the gun on, that bolt's gonna shoot back, and you're gonna grease the breech, which is good. But if you really want to, if you don't have batteries like me, what you can do is just stick your finger in here and push it back. So, alright guys, that's bolt maintenance on the proto rail. Thanks guys.